In the Bible we find many places and things that have a special meaning for us as Christians. In the following videos I'd like to share a few thoughts about special places and special things and their meaning for us. Today we're going to start with Barley. Barley is mentioned in the Old Testament over 20 times, but in the New Testament only twice. And we want to take out one verse from John chapter 6 verse 9. Read it and consider a few thoughts about barley. There is a little boy here who has 5 barley loaves and 2 small fish. But this, what is it for so many? Probably the most of us know the story where the Lord Jesus satisfied about 5,000 men with 5 bread and 2 fish. Here we find that these 5 bread were barley loaves, and we just want to focus on this aspect today. Barley was the first grain they could harvest in these days in Israel. And barley was very cheap, so that even the poorest could make bread of it and eat it. That barley didn't have a great value is even underlined when we look in the first book of Kings, where we find King Salomon feeding his horses with barley. But now we want to connect barley with the Lord Jesus and find a twofold meaning. So first of all, it speaks about the humiliation of the Lord Jesus as man. The Lord Jesus is the eternal Son of God. He is the creator of heaven and earth. And as the creator and as the eternal Son of God, he came into his creation and became man. We read that he humbled himself, and it goes even further. We read that he emptied himself and that he took the form of a bondsman. We see that even the people did not find any beauty in him. They despised him, rejected him, and esteemed him not. Oh, what a great humiliation of the Lord Jesus. Secondly, it speaks about the Lord Jesus as the first fruit from the dead. Because barley was the first grain they could harvest in Israel, it's directly connected with the offering of the first fruit in Leviticus 23. And when we look and connect that with the New Testament, we find something in 1 Corinthians 15. There we find that Christ is the first fruit of the dead. So the offering of the first fruit speaks of the resurrection of the Lord Jesus. And we can say that Christ is the beginning of the new harvest, that he is the beginning of every believer's new creation that we have or that we get as soon as we get saved. Oh, what a wonderful result. So let us encourage and eat this barley loaves. Let us satisfy with him, and it will be for our blessing.